Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't know how much video I'm going to have for this particular episode. Unfortunately, I forgot to charge my battery for my camera. So, yeah, we're going to kind of see how this one goes. But I'll try and make everything quick. Raiders lost again. Offense is looking horrible. Not looking good. Looks like we're going to be in the market for a new offensive coordinator. Offensive line has been horrible. I mean, torched us for over 300 yards in the air, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, not good. Not good. But hey, got hope, right? I still believe in Pierce as a coach. I think he's going to do the right thing. So we'll get there. Onward to wrestling, you know. Let's see. But actually, before I get into wrestling, I'd like to thank everybody for their support. Unfortunately, had to go to the emergency room with the wife on Saturday night into Sunday morning, and ended up in miscarriage, and not a fun time, obviously, for the family, but we appreciate everyone's outreach and support, and thank you very much. So we're getting over that the best we can, and I'd like to thank everyone who, with their well wishes, and thank you so much for thoughts and prayers. We really appreciate it, and thank you so much. Hard to follow that up with wrestling, but we're going to have to because of the format of the show. So, wrestling, WWE, we had on Raw, we had a great promo from CM Punk facing Drew in Hell in a Cell. Perfect, and this to blow this feud off with. It's exactly what they should be doing. Great promo from a very, very serious version of Punk, which we don't get to see a lot in the past, but very good. Like I said, I think Hell in a Cell is the best way to blow off this feud and end it. And I'm guessing Punk might go after Gunther unless someone else interjects. I doubt they're going to prolong this feud anymore. But then we had Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne with the win. Surprising. So they're prolonging this feud and whatnot. Backstage segment with the Terror Twins, Jey Uso and Xavier Woods. More hints of stuff between Jey and Rhea. And Finn Balor tells Rhea that he told Dom to hook up with Liv, so creating more dissension, not dissension, but more tension between those guys. Natalya versus Zoe Starks, kind of a blow off. Natty wins. I don't know if they're trying to give Natty another push. I kind of hope not, but because there's zero fan interest in her at this point. I hate to say it. I like Natty. I got nothing against her, but I think it's time to hang the boots up. Unfortunately. So we have Jey Uso in the ring. Braun comes out. Jey puts Braun down with a spear, surprisingly, which almost guarantees that Braun's going to win this next match. So, they usually hint at something like that to kind of put a little bit of doubt in our minds, which is the right thing to do. It's a good thing to do. Keeps the drama high and going. New Day versus Judgment Day, with Judgment Day winning. Teasing more of a breakup between Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They're gonna next week, or this week, I should say, is a 10-year anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, of the New Day, and Kevin Castle had a great idea on Don Tony Kevin Castle. It would be of having a celebration with Big E coming out there and having Xavier Woods attack Kofi Kingston and Big E, and just being brutal on Big E, as much as he can, do physically. And I think that's a tremendous idea. I think it'd be great. It would firmly establish Woods as the heel. The only problem is we're kind of getting some people that are kind of turning against Kofi a little bit, kind of thinking he's a jerk, because of the whole bringing in the other member, which his name's eluding me. He was cut shortly afterwards. I can't, just brain fart right there. Sorry, but let's see. We had another Wyatt 6 vignette, which they really don't have anything for them to do right now. And I still think ultimately their feud should be between the Judgment Day and then the maybe eventually Bloodline. I don't know. After Bloodline has a big blow off with after the whole reformation of the original Bloodline with Jay and Jimmy and Roman and whatnot. They should probably go after them. I'm thinking maybe they, in the meantime, to transition to that, maybe having them go up against the Judgment Day would be interesting. Let's see. We had Bronson Reed. Jumping ahead here. Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. Top rope is broken right off the bat. Reed throws someone from the front row into Braun. Beautiful independent wrestler, I should say. Beautiful lawn dart right into Braun. Fight moves backstage where they destroy the backstage area. There's one area that was some drywall and had a little bit of a Shockmaster moment there where they went through it. Yeah, really fun, enjoyable segment though. It's nice sometimes to see just two monsters just beat the crap out of each other. It's really cool. See, we had we had Sammy go out to the ring, calling Gunther out. You know, Ludwig. I should say, kind of calling Ludwig out. Gunther eventually, Ludwig, I'm mixing up, sorry, goes out to confront him. Then Gunther comes out. They tease a little bit of dissension within Imperial, but that was just a tease, and it was nothing to it. And Ludwig proceeds with the beatdown. Sammy suplexes Ludwig at the end, so it makes Sammy look strong. Good. We had Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. Io Sky winning. Interesting. We had Dom versus Damien, and who really cares about that? I think the big payoff is Finn versus Damien. Sorry. Dom is amazing. I really think so. They're just doing so much brilliant character work with him and turning him heel. I can't stress that enough. And I don't think he even appeared on a PWI 500, which I don't even want to comment on at this point. It's just because it's a joke. But neither did Roman Reigns. So there you go. I kind of got the new light working for the meantime. Hopefully it stays on this time. Let's see. SmackDown. I didn't catch AEW this week. We had a lot of stuff going on, unfortunately. Yeah, as I stressed earlier. You know, but let's see. We had SmackDown. Opens up with LA Knight versus Andrade. LA Knight retains. Carmelo and Andrade get into it backstage. They're setting up another match between these two. They're trying to shove these guys down our throat. I don't mind it with Andrade. I like Andrade, but Carmelo, I'm not buying Carmelo. I'm sorry. Anything but a mid-Carter kind of thing. I do like the fact, though, that Triple H is seemingly trying to find something for everybody. Everybody's either in a feud or in a stable or something or other that gives them a purpose on the show, which I do like. We had this segment between Cody and Roman on the Georgia Tech field. Unfortunately, I missed most of this live. My wife was having... had encountered a spider, so that was took precedence over me watching this. So unfortunately, she is deathly afraid of spiders. So so I missed most of the segment live. Unfortunately, I got to watch it later on. Thankfully, WWE uploaded it to YouTube. Very well done segment. Great cinematics. I understand that Paul Heyman himself directed this segment. It was good. It was kind of a Cinema 101 in certain aspects. They did the over-the-shoulder third-person view of the person who is currently talking, whatnot. They did kind of the main hard camera shot would include both of them. They had a worm's eye view, which was looking up at them, which made them appear bigger than life, which is what you should do with these two, and creates drama and tension, which is really good. The lighting was brilliant. Had some moving cameras, had some great drone work, some beautiful footage from that. The music was appropriate. It was good. A little bit too over dramatic at times, but built tension accordingly. Cody has gone to school for acting. Roman did great. He did a great acting job. I can see him having a future in the movies after all is said and done. I think he can do that. He can do it. He has the ability to emote, and Cody obviously learned, at a young age how to act properly and how to do those things and take direction. They observe the rule of thirds, and if you don't know what that is, you haven't been in television or film business. I was briefly in television and did some work with a little bit of work on documentaries and whatnot, and the rule of thirds is basically I'm not obeying right now. I'm almost directly in the center of the screen, but you're supposed to break up the screen into a grid of 9, and basically anything that is of any interest is going to be falling on that line that is basically like a third of the screen. So, but they obeyed that, and when you're having a conversation, you're supposed to switch sides, do the over-shoulder thing, which they did. Like I said, brilliant production, very good acting, did a good job. It built the tension. It was interesting. It was a little bit different, and I liked these segments. It was a little weird going out to the field and Georgia Tech, and I did like though the relationship between Roman played football there, yet Cody grew up there. It's his home, So there was good dynamics with that. So I guess that makes sense, The whole entourage and the 7 cars for Roman was a little bit overboard, a little bit pompous, but I think that's probably part of the character trying to portray, and like I say, Paul used his camera angles and whatnot very well and used them appropriately. You can tell he's studied some film and knows what he's doing. So it was a good, very well produced segment. Would have been interesting to have some more kind of sweeping motions around the two of them to kind of have them face off and square up. Maybe that would have added a little bit more tension. But other than that, I'm sorry, I'm nitpicking so badly here because it was done on such a grandiose scale. I have to look at it from that point of view, and it wasn't live, obviously. So, but very well done, beautifully produced, very well done. Great lighting, great camera work. Next, we had Apollo Crews versus Giovanni Vinci again, and I'm liking this Vinci persona better than his previous character, but Crews got another win. So what does this mean? Are they going to start pushing Crews? Are they pushing this to another level? Is Vinci going to have a stable, and is Crews going to team up with Corbin, and form a stable on their own kind of thing, which would make sense. It kind of would, So there's a couple of things there that can be done, might be done. Who knows? Let's see. Afterwards, Vinci beats down Crews. So obviously his feud is not over. After this, we have a segment where KO goes out to the ring to express his feelings about Reigns and Cody teaming up. Because they asked him backstage, and he decided to take it to the ring and express his thoughts there. It's interrupted by the Bloodline. We had Tama Tonga on the mic, he was pretty good. He did a good job. No solo, which is kind of interesting. They kind of let Tama shine a little bit. Everything was broken up by security. And the interesting thing is DIY had the save on this one, and and we're gonna have it leading up to a KO DIY Bloodline main event. So interesting there. And next we had Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Bayley in a tornado tag team match. I am so unclear with what this what the heck the rules are for a tornado tag match. I know they had explained everything thoroughly. You shouldn't have to have a commentator explain the rules of the match during the entire match, pretty much. If that's the case, it's too complicated. Sorry, but Naomi and Bayley had both pinned. Who was that? I forgot who pinned, but they both had the pin, so they quote unquote both win. Which sets up a future segment between them. We had a funny segment with Chelsea Green. She is great. Good in the ring. Great charisma. Great personality. So I guess it's going to be it's going to be a dumpster match that Chelsea has. We had next week Naomi versus Bayley. See who goes against Nia Jax. What is the purpose of this? Is this to have more tension between Naomi and Bayley? I don't know. Let's see. We had KO go out to the ring for the main event. This was the main event, right? We see Bloodline assaulting DIY backstage. KO leaves the ring to confront Bloodline. We all know how that works out. I should say, because they end up meeting him halfway out in the ramp. Street Profits come out to aid Kevin Owens. The matches ends up being ruled out no contest. It ends up being Kevin Owens and Street Profits. So we got kind of the Street Profits and DIY putting on kind of side feuds with the Bloodline. Bloodline's involved in how many feuds I've lost? It's at least 3. Because you've got DIY, Street Profits, KO, you've got Cody, you've got Roman. I mean, Bloodline's at the center of everything right now, and Solo is still kind of dropping the ball. DIY comes out for the save because they had the beat down on Street Profits, Kevin Owens. Cody then comes out. We tease a little bit more of dissension between Cody and KO. Cody extends his hand, and KO does reluctantly shake it. So we never had that turn from KO. And you know what? I like it that way. I like when it's not paint by numbers, predictable. Sometimes you've got to go with the wrestling tropes. Sometimes, the good guy winning and whatnot just makes sense. Or you build up to a certain climax or point in a feud or a match, and it makes sense to go a certain way. Some cliches are cliches because they get used a lot because they work. But there are always ways to put different spins on cliches. So, just because you have, good guy down, bad guy, looks like he's winning, good guy at the end of it beats bad guy, and whatever, it's how you get there. It's the journey that makes everything special and makes everything different, and that's what you gotta keep in mind, because ultimately, in feuds like this, you have to have the good guy win, and you got to have that payoff moment, usually at WrestleMania, which it ends up being the climax and the finality of many stories and feuds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It'd be interesting to see. We've got a long way to go to WrestleMania, so it'll be interesting to see where we stop along the way. I think this whole this next PLE, I should say. When is this thing? Jeez, I gotta look that up, because they seem to extending this. It feels like every week is a lead-in or a go-home show before this next PLE. When the heck is the next one? look that up real quick. I'm getting a ton of pop-ups. I'm sorry. Wow. Alright, guys, enough already. Alright, I'm gonna try to ignore those. What do we got? What's the next PLE? And I'm assuming it's going to be on Saturday, which October 5th, Bad Blood. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, because that ties in beautifully with the Bloodline. So we'll have all those matches there October 5th. So we still got a little ways to go. And like I said, what else can we do to some of these storylines? Kind of feels like we're being a little dragged out. Almost like enough already. But yeah, Bad Blood should be fun. Should be good. Where is it? Atlanta, Georgia. It's in Georgia too. Good job. They planned that out extremely well. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'd like to have you check out, Kayfabe. Kayfabe, sure. CrushingKayfabe.com. I'll have links there for our various social media sites. Please check us out on Patreon.com and become a patron there for just $1 a month, and you get all the shows ad-free. And there's something going on with Patreon. I've been trying to work out the scheduling of how you put up things. It's not allowing me to do 2 events within 24 hours, so I apologize for that. But I'll work on that, see what the deal is. But yeah, check us out on Patreon, please, because it helps the show out immensely. I can do a lot better equipment and whatnot, and show look and sound better. And please check us out on YouTube. Check us out. Then now we have a booth there, and help support the show. Tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you. Great owner there. I love supporting her. I played their anniversary celebrations, and hopefully I'll do it in the future, because it's a great place, and I hope to continue to do so. So check them out in downtown Trenton. If you're in Western Tennessee, check them out. Then and Now Flea Market. Other than that, continued prayers and support for the Ukraine, and continued prayers and support for Israel. And thank you everyone that's shown their support for us. And if I've forgotten a billion things, which I probably have, unfortunately, due to the time constraints of the show, I apologize. And I'm not ignoring you. I'm not looking past anything. It's just, our time is too short on this show, unfortunately. But I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in. And God bless.